I will be your host for tonight. Welcome to the second series of Intimate Moments, and tonight we have Spanish artist Tito Delgado with us. So before we go on any further, allow me to welcome the director and the curator for tonight, Ms. Vanini Bellarmino of Bellarmino and Partners. Just give a few words to open it up. Thank you.
His Excellency Ambassador Federico Palomera, Gres, and his gorgeous wife, Madame Asa Palomera, Professor Ang Chong Lei, Chief Executive Officer of the Singapore General Hospital, Mr. Giovanni Vitterale, General Manager of the Fulton Heritage Hotel, Fulton Hotel Singapore, members of the Diplomatic Corps, supporters of the arts, artists, friends, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the second edition of Intimate Moments. At the beginning of this collaboration, Tito made it clear to me that he would do all the art and I would have to do all the talking. So therefore I'm right here in front of you speaking. Bellarmino and Partners is very pleased to have this opportunity of presenting to you a fraction of Tito Delgado's narrative of Singapore. Beyond the vibrant colors and richness of the works on display, the creative process involved in realizing this exhibition, which, by the way, is specifically developed for this space, for this series, and for you, for those of you who live in Singapore, has been an extremely rewarding experience. As a curator, I could say that the best part of my job is that I get to work closely with genuinely talented, committed, and amazing artists from different backgrounds. Someone like Tito, who will not stop at nothing in composing and completing an artwork, down to the details of framing them and putting the labels up to make sure he could give you a good work, giving a great part of himself beyond the story contained in this exhibition. I mean, I have seen him sweat it out, like literally, as we worked together in the past 3 months to prepare this exhibition. But this is not the least surprising for someone who has obviously gone through a lot of trouble just to become an artist. I mean, what does it take to become an artist? I mean, Tito is from Madrid. He studied art in Madrid. Not contented to study in Madrid, he moved to London, going to St. Martin's College, no less. Still not contented, he moved on to study in Sweden, and then spent the last 13 years of his life and his career dedicated to educating Singaporean and local artists at LaSalle. So if you think that we just hang the works like that, well, I urge you to think again. It was the same time last year that I started a discussion with Mr. Kong Kum Hong, the Director of Marketing of the Fullerton Hotel, about how we can explore a series of exhibitions that responds to the season of the city. We are now at the second leg, and I'm very happy to share the news with you that Intimate Moments, which is inspired by this exhibition space, is now going to Berlin as part of the Asia Pacific Weeks. We will be bringing Singaporean artists, 2 of whom are also from LaSalle, Elizabeth De Rosa, Yuri Clau, Sherman Ong, Andre Veshla, can't remember them, sorry. There are five of them going to Berlin, and a part of it is also going to Vienna as part of the exhibition at the Museum of Ethnology this summer. So in the nature of exchange, the partnership with the Embassy of Spain is not possible only because Tito is Spanish. This is more than a diplomatic routine. It's beyond identity. In the words of Madame Asa Palomera over lunch that we had last year about life and art, it's like, you know, it's different when you've shared a bowl of rice. And this is really stuck in me. I'd say it is indeed different, particularly because if people behind the table are willing to make things happen. So thank you very much. And because we have these partners in bringing this exhibition together from our end, we are able to bring the artistic practice to a next level and contribute to the Singapore General Hospital's Needy Patients Fund, starting by donating Tito's print El Cielo y la Tierra, which means like heaven and earth. And we also pledge 15% of the total sales to SGH. To close again, I would like to thank our partners, the Fullerton Heritage, the Fullerton Hotel, especially to Kong Pung Hong and his team, Francis and Lisa, for the work they put in, the Embassy of Spain, again to Madame Palomera and to Alice Ko, she's the Singapore General Hospital, the staff, Amy Gay Suan Chu and Suan Si To. That's all, and enjoy the Spanish wine and the exhibition. Have a good evening. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you, Manini. And now I would like to invite the Chief Executive Officer of the Singapore General Hospital, Professor Ang Chong Lian, to say a few words.
I shall be brief. Evening, Your Excellency, distinguished guests and friends. I think this is my second time here, and we have been a beneficiary of the generosity of the Fullerton Hotel second time around. I remember last round was around Christmas, where the hotel was beautifully lit up. First, I want to thank three people. I think first is the artists. I think without artists, tonight's event would not happen. I got managed to walk around and see his paintings, and very interesting. So I have a medical angle to some of his painting that he did, and some of them look like small glomeruli. Glomeruli are the filtering mechanism in our kidneys. Of course, he said those look like trees. But we are delighted that through his creativity, he has created pieces of art that can actually help some of our patients. Secondly, I think we have to thank Ballerino and partners for orchestrating this event, and we are delighted that we have this partnership to help our patients. And last but not least, I think we acknowledge the support and generosity of the Fullerton Hotel, where the staff and the GM comes down personally to make things happen for this exhibition. Why important for us? I think we have patients, and there will be patients who will slip through the cracks where they need interim support and financially and can be useful, whether it's to do with feeds, parenteral feeds. Sometimes they cannot eat for 4 months, and then they need parenteral feeds where we keep them alive and keep them going so that they can recover and they can go back to society, or sometimes appliances and all that. So being a public hospital, having some support from the social sector is very important to us. We try very hard to raise funds to somehow help our patients. And I think tonight we are very glad that Tito has generously contributed his pieces so that we can help our patients. Secondly, as a public institution, we keep a staff in our organization to train themselves so that we find new ways and discoveries, innovative ways of making medicine better for our patients. So our bottom line has always been patients at the heart of all we do. We want to get a patient into the hospital if they are not well, fix their part, do everything we can possible, and then return them to society. And a lot of time, Singapore General Hospital is the last port of call in the island. And so because of that, I think we have a very important and vested duty to ensure that we do the best. We develop our people, our staff, doctors, nurses, our pharmacists, not only will look after patients, but will discover new ways, make discoveries to ensure that care for patients are improved, that we have new discoveries to make things happen for patients when they are confronted with medical illnesses. And because of that, we call our departments academic clinical programs, where not only would there be patient care, but there will be research, there will be innovation, there will be training people so that we work as a healthcare team to make things happen for the patient. And some of the proceeds will come to us to help in this what we call ACPs. And I think in July this year, we're going to have charity dogs. So people donate paintings, some of us donate wines, and people come around to have a good time, to feel good, and then we donate, make the donation to the clinical program so that our people can work better. And I think this is fairly common in academic and medical institutions, where our remit is not just to service patient, fee for service. Our remit is to make things happen, to make discoveries, to serve a very much needed sector for our population, where a lot of times our patients don't have the means to to go for private care or whatever. So I think on that note, I want to thank again all the parties, our artists, our curator, and then of course Fullerton Hotel for the extreme generosity, and of course for our dignitaries who lend the support for tonight's event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Ang. Now we will have a speech by our guest of honor, the Ambassador of Spain, and we have His Excellency, Mr. Federico Palomera Quest.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank the Fullerton Hotel and Ms. Marini for giving me the opportunity to introduce to the City of the Lion the work of this cat, as we natives of Madrid are colloquially known. Tito Delgado came to Singapore 13 years ago, and he has been chronicling the growth of the city, taking a leaf from the book of artists, of constructors like Lisetsky, Barochenko, and mixing it with the color, the sense of color of Milton Glaser. Tito currently teaches at the Salle College of the Arts, where his lectures have become a byword for learning in an enjoyable atmosphere. His vibrant and colorful work, we can see here, have appeared in publications like The Guardian in London and in sundry locations in Europe and America, namely on the panels for the MTV. His sometimes mischievous wit is apparent in his illustrations, as well as his love for researching new media and materials, all within a sense of fun that very well portrays the thirst for life and the appreciation of its quirky ways and means of his and my native city. Marshall McLuhan stressed the importance of the medium not only to convey a message, but to become the message itself. And Tibor Kalman, in saying that the term design should be changed to communication, goes in the same direction. Tito's works carry a powerful yet playful message in the wake of Spanish designers like Alberto Corazon, Javier Mariscal, Oscar Marineo, Rafael Sañudo, showing us that seriousness is not synonymous with boredom, as many would have us believe, and that a wink at the audience is sometimes much more effective than a serve. Thank you very much.
And now we will have the General Manager, Mr. Giovanni Vittorale of the Fullerton, to present a gift to our guest of honor. Mr. Giovanni, please.